So there is a quote by maybe Atal Bihari Vajpayee that कदम से कदम मिलाकर चलना होगा, हाथ बढ़ाकर चलना होगा. Or we heard that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, university in diversity. But these are the lines. These are really good in the books only. When it comes to the practical life, we don't feel like that. We still have the feeling of revenge towards the communal society, or we heard that we are still having the riots in the many communal people. So why this artist have to write this kind of literature for the disharmony? Because we are not still changing. We are have still have that kind of feeling, and that's why Mahesh Dattani has written a very beautiful novel, Final Solutions. And today I'm going to deal with communal disharmony in Mahesh Dattani's Final Solution. My rule number is 4. This is my personal information. So first, who is Mahesh Dattani? Mahesh Dattani was born on 1958 in Bangalore. He is not only playwright but also a stage director, an actor, a screenwriter, and filmmaker. He is continuing contributing to the in Indian English drama. The theme of his plays are extremely out of mind, or we can say unique themes, as he always focuses on the burning concept of the society, like problem of women, gender description, taboos, husband-wife relationship, etc. So he himself remarked that the function of the drama, in my opinion, is not merely to reflect the malfunction of the society, but to act like freak mirrors in a carnival and to project grotesque images of all that passes for normal in our world. It is ugly but funny. So his plays are somewhere subjective, and successfully he has staged his plays in whole the country. If I talk about his works, so his works are where there's Will, Dance Like a Man, Tara, Bravely Fought the Queen, Final Solutions, Do the Needful, On a Muggy Night in Mumbai, Seven Steps Around the Fire, and Thirsty Days in the September. So these are the his works that broke all the barriers in history of literature. So that's why the scholar Asta Kuthari Chaudhary comments on his works that the preoccupation with fringe issues form an important element in Dattani's work. Issues that remain latent and suppressed or are pushed to the periphery comes to the occupy center stage in his works. So, first, what is communal disharmony? According to Cambridge Dictionary, the situation in which there is a disagreement and unpleasant feeling between the people is known as the disharmony. And now, what is communal or community? So, according to Nandagopal R. Menon, in his research paper in Gestor, he write that Sampradayik Mel or Sampradayik Sadbhavna in Hindi or Samuday Saharadam in Malayalam, which means the communal in Indian language, that means the society. So, if I talk about the history, according to Hindustan Times, in one of his news in 2011, this paper wrote that one of the first major communal riots took place in August 1893 in Mumbai, in which about 100 people were killed and 800 were injured. The period between 1921 to 1940 marked a particularly difficult phase for the riots, and in 1927, Moharram celebration in Calcutta were, for example, made by a clash that led to 28 deaths. But the most of the riots happened during the period of 1948 after the partition in Noakhali in Bengal and in the several villages of Bihar. That was the worst period. And after that, in 1961, the first major riots between Hindus and Muslims were happened in Jabalpur in Madhya Pradesh. So still, these riots were going on after the partition, and then that's why in the final solution, it was first published in 1990. It was not actually published, but it was first performed in Guru Nanak Bhavan, Bangalore on 10 July 1993. So this was the period after 1992's Babri Masjid riots. and so this play was something that shocked, that awakened the country. So, introduction of this play. This play mainly shows the themes like selfishness, weakness of a human, patriarchal dominance, fear, and hatred. And this talks about the problem of both the minority and the majority communities, where the minority are the Muslim and the majority are the Hindus. So, it also talk about the patriarchal hegemony in the Indian family. Mahesh Dattani talks about this all the things between the Hindus and Muslims. So communal harmony is there in the novel, but most of the time there we can see the tension between the each and every characters of this novel. So, if we have the short glimpse of the summary of the play, so it start with the chariot and the images of the Hindu deities of Rath Yatra while traveling through a Muslim neighborhood of the city. So, riots have broken the amalgam, and that's why there is the curfew there, and there is a family, Gandhi family, in which the Daksha, which is also known as Hardika. So she is the one who is the older one in the family. Then there is the another people like Raman, and then Bobby and Javed. There are two Muslim people. So the family is having a peaceful evening, but there is curfew outside, and suddenly Bobby and Javed, the two Muslim people, man, arrives there, and they beg them to take them inside. So the chorus is also an important part in this in the play, and that's why they show that the Muslim, sometimes the chorus have the face of the Hindu, and sometimes they are having the face of the Muslim. So despite the objection of his mother, Ramnik opens the door of his house, and he take them this to Bobby and Javed inside. So this six characters are having struggle, Aruna and the daughter also, but they are having in the same route till the early morning, and that's why uh, after Aruna is not actually accepting them, uh, Daksha. So she is also having some kind of revenge kind of feeling, because her father was killed, and but there is the incident in the last that Bobby proclaims that he is touching the God Lord Krishna statue, and nothing is happening to him. So these are the boundaries made by the human beings. So this final solution have no solution. And now the communal disharmony in the play. The Dr. Dipti Agrawal, the author of the book A Play of Mahesh Dattani, A Study in Thematic Diversity and Dramatic Technique. So in that book, she has the one chapter of final solution, and in which she says that the very insightful and sharp analysis of the nationalist conceptualization of India's Islamic legacy is taken up by Dattani in his well-performed play Final Solution. In this play, Dattani bemoaned the takeover of the symbol of his religion by prophets of Hindutva. So the suffering, the disharmony, if I talk about the specific suffering point, so there is suffering in all the characters. They are having the specifically Daksha, the she's having the past memories, and as well as Bobby and Javed, they are suffering in the present time. So this all resulted in the communal riots and culminated in disruption of the normal social life, and thus hampered the progress of nation. The local of the play is Ramnik's house, and the central character are his daughter Smita, wife Aruna, and mother Hardika. Besides himself, they are which have entered the house. They all are having the struggle. They are having the sufferings. So, as I talked about Hardika, which was in the past Daksha, she has the friend named Zareen, and the house of Zareen was the only place where she can have freedom in the past. But what happened? This is this don't long for last forever, because Daksha's father was killed by the Muslim, and that still have she still have that kind of a remorse feeling for this Muslim people. That's why she has no longer have the sympathy for the another community. Chorus and the characters. In the play, the chorus is an expanded device used brilliantly to provide the commentary on the way communal provocation indicates mindset of violence. There is always someone to light the fire of violence in the stage. The play illustrates how the notion of pollution, food, kitchen habits, and fear of contamination by touch become repeatedly instances of communal clashes. The characters in the play motive us to think that angry outbursts lead to chain reaction. As long as the character are on stage as individuals, they are fine. But behind the mask, when they have the mask, they represent the faceless mindset mob thirsting for blood. Anger and violence take their toll on both the groups. The chorus with Hindu mask burst with the angry words. There are indication of political mischief and deliberate instigation. So nobody thinks the land belongs to all the Indians, but they hate each other. This land is mine. This land is mine. This can be seen by the chorus, which are the symbolic of mob. So there is the dialogue by Hardika, so that clearly shows that in which the she speak that this time it was not the people with the sticks and stone, it was those two boys running away who frightened me, those two who were begging for their lives. Tomorrow they will hate us for it. They will hate us for protecting them. Asking for them help makes them feel they are lower than us. I know all those memories came back when I saw the pride in their eyes. I know their wretched pride. It had destroyed me before, and I was afraid it was destroyed my family again. They don't want equality. They want to be superior. Dattani also focus on the how one community want to be superior. So the chorus dialogue is showing that the procession has passed through these lanes every year for 40 years. Chorus 2 and 3 reply that how dare they? Chorus 1 to 3 all together speaks there that for 40 years our chariot has moved through their mohallas. So what did they? What did they today? How dare they? They broke our wrath. They broke our wrath, and that is not an accident, but they did intentionally. So one feels that they are bad, another feels that no, they are bad. So in the conclusion, we can say that Final Solutions has a powerful contemporary resonance as the central issue of communalism is for the utmost concern of our society, presenting different shades of communalist attitudes prevalent among Hindus and Muslims, and the play attempts to underline the stereotype influencing the collective sensibility of one community against another, and moving from partition to the present day communal riots. Final Solution examines the attitude of three generations of Gujarati business family, whether it is Aruna or her daughter or her mother-in-law. So the events in the play unfold at swift pace, weaving the post-independent patriarchal rights with the communal rights of today in a common stand. So these are my references. Thank you.
So Dhani, my question is how these three female characters are different when it goes with the freedom.
So they both are very different from each other. For example, Daksha. So she is the one. They all like she's writing the diary. So she is educated, but when she was old, she wanted to have freedom, but she was unable to get the freedom in her in-laws house. So she used to go to her Muslim friends Zarin's house. And then the another one is Aruna. She is not that kind of mind that being free, or she doesn't feel that freedom is for us. She morely like the patriarchal one, and then comes to the daughter. She is educated, she is doing her study, so she feels like freedom. And as well as talk about, if I talk about the community, she doesn't feel like, no, narrow mindedness is not there. She feel for everyone, everyone have their rights to be in nation, everyone have that right to live in nation. So all are having different kind of ideas, perspective towards freedom and the community.
Dhwani, how much the demolition of Babri Masjid was connected with the play?
So in the 1992, on the July or August, I guess, the incident happened that it was demolished, and everyone were feeling like Muslim community was feeling like, now we want to take revenge, and on other hand, Hindus were right, no, we are right, they are wrong. So in all that time, that was the time where nation was burning, and everybody had the feeling of revenge. They wanted to kill each other, and communities were parted. There were so misunderstanding between them, and in between that, in 1993, it was first performed, and it was also having the shown the harmony, like how we have misjudged each other. For example, in this novel, there are many confusions are shown, that they are having feeling of revenge. Hindus tell that they demon they have killed our pujari with the Rath, and the another so in the present time they are feeling that Bobby is wrong. But what happened to the Bobby's family on 1947? This was the same. So this is the way that this novel comes, and then people got to know that no, they are not wrong. We have the misunderstanding. Actually, everyone are having, like, they are they are having the misconception for each other, but that's not actually the reality, that we can blame only specific community.